So welcome to the final part for making Danjin, and we are going to probably finish this one. But that's totally up to you. And let's just color them black. So we already have a color. It looks a little dark. So maybe we can make a new one. I'll just color pick it from this. So it looks a little better. And let's do the curly braids on the back. For this part, I'm not going to take a copy from here like we did for the older parts. I'm just going to start a new part maybe. Or let's just take one from here. Shift D to duplicate, Y to move, or just B to separate by selection, and you will have a copy. And now you can move it apart. The mirror modifier is applied, and if you don't want it while editing, you can just turn it off from here and turn it off complete from here. So let's see what all other modifiers are applied. Solidify, we probably don't need that for now, or we don't need that at all. So while in edit mode, I'm going to SY0 to flatten it out on the Y axis, then SZ and scale on the Z axis. Let's take these two SZ0 and these two NSZ0 to scale them on the Z axis as well to make it a perfect rectangle. And let's scale it down a bit on X axis also. So the idea is to make a long braid and then curl it up using a spiral curve and then just place it here on the back of the hair. It will be low poly and simplistic, so we're not going to do a lot of details on it. So let's extrude it and make it thin along the X axis. Okay, let's add a spiral. Shift A, curve, and curve spirals, and Archimedean. If you don't have these extra curves, it's just an add-on. You go to edit preferences, then search for extra curve objects and then enable it. So mesh, Shift A, curve, curve spirals, and Archimedean. Now just open the settings from here and you can increase or decrease the turns, but you won't see any difference even after increasing the turn unless you change this radius growth. So If you increase it, it will go outwards. If you decrease it, it will go inwards, and that is what we need for this specific case. We need a decreasing spiral. So let's make 3 turns, and this much of radius growth seems good. Okay, let's just do 4 and reduce the growth a little. Okay, this seems good, and let's just close it. Now I'm going to scale it and rotate it properly so that we can use this curve and guide this braid type structure. So let's add a modifier and deform and curve object will be this spiral, and it definitely does not work because we are missing a lot of geometry or topology. So if you move it, you'll see it moves in a weird way. So let's just go into edit mode and add a lot of loop cuts for now, and it should work a little better. Still not working very good, so you can try to change the deform axis and see which works best. So this one would be good if we were doing like this motion, but in our case it will probably be the x-axis. And in most cases, if it does not work, try checking your scale. And there we go. It works well. You just need to change the sizing of this. So let's scale it up. And you can always adjust the curve to adjust the final shape. So I actually want to place it like this here, but I don't think it's going to stick like that. So we probably might have to drop the idea of the braids and just do a simple structure on the back of it, like a simple cylindrical type structure, and just texture paint it into a circular braid type thing. Let's hide these for now or move them in a hidden collection for now. and hide the collection, and let's try a cylindrical structure. For that, probably we don't need an actual cylindrical structure as well. We can just take these shapes from here and we can just duplicate it and P to separate. And as usual, we've got a little Z fighting going on, so need to go into edit mode and scale it a little outwards, or Alt S to scale outwards, so we get a better look at it. Now we just need to turn it into a little better shape. We could technically use the loop tools here, but I don't think it will do a good job because we don't actually want a circle but a circular shape, like, which is conformed to the head. So when we actually texture paint it, it does not look weird. Right now, even if it goes through the mesh, there's not a big issue because we have a solidify modifier and that takes care of most of the things. Else we would have a lot of overlap. So if we shade smooth and we do the spiral thingy with texture painting, it should look a little better. But I'm not sure if I'm liking this as well. In the chibi form, she just has like big round braids like this, so like a round structure. It's like a bead type thing going around in curves, so we can try that as well. Let's see, mesh cube, and turn down the snapping. Add 2 subdivisions. And move it in a shape like this. This should work, I think. This should work better than both of the two things we tried. Both of the things that we tried before this. Technically it should, but let's see. Let's see, we have our spiral. So let's hide this for now. We have the spiral, so we just need to move it with face project, so it takes the rough shape of the head as well. Okay, so this method worked better with the face project option instead of face nearest. So it is now in a proper shape. So let's just save a duplicate for now. And then we'll add an array modifier to this and a curve modifier. Shift this cursor to selected, this one move to the cursor, and then these two should have the same origin and it should in theory work better. Curve, select the spiral, deform along Y or Z. This is the reason I hate the curve modifier. I usually can't get it to work for the most part. We can try GeoNodes. This last part of the session is more like a brainstorm than an actual guide through thing. But it's like problem solving, so you get to know what's going on in my mind when I'm doing things. We have to remove these modifiers for it to work better. So geometry into instance, and let's increase the count. It kind of works. Yes, does kind of work, but the rotation is a bit messed up. Let's try a transform geometry to rotate it. So it looks a little better. Yes, this much. I used to remember how to do the rotation thing, like the instances should follow the curve for the rotation, but I can't seem to remember it right now. I will probably use that to fix it, but I think I can just leave it like this for now. At this point, I think we might even just be better using subdivided cube, just that as an instance. At least it will look a little better. Yeah, it does look a little better than that mess, whatever we had going around here. It does not look good either. Okay, now it looks a little better. So if we realize these instances, it should carry on to the other side. I think I'll just leave it like this for now. Yeah. With the shading applied, it does not look half as bad, but I would still try to do the rotation thing where this is actually aligned to the rotation of the curve, to the normals of the curve. Let's change these colors, the ones for the front part. Put this, and Complete this at half. Okay, let's not add topology. This, and this can have the red color. From the dress, maybe a little lighter, so we can at least differentiate. Yeah. What's this one? This one is red light red. Yeah, we can use that one. And there's a similar thing going on in the back as well, so let's just make that E set towards out and E and flared outwards. We'll need to have to do the same, either turn on off the clipping and move this apart, or you can like add geometry and then do that. It's a little wider, but the color scheme is going to go the same. Red for the bottom part and white for the upper part. I think that is going to be it for this model. At least for the live stream. She has gloves in her hands, so we can try modeling or coloring them like that as well. If we just select all of this and just apply a dark color. Maybe this one. Shoes. And assign it. It will look, yeah, it just looks like gloves, so that actually works. I'm still not liking this. This is an eyesore. Everything else looks good, but this just ruins the whole model. Let's duplicate the head just for a backup, and let's try adding a face. I to inset, V to set the boundary and scale it down. Okay, adjust your mirror modifier and enable clipping. I to inset, scale it down. I to inset again to make a little control loop, and then E to extrude inwards. With the low poly style, it does not look very well, but if we subdivide, it should look good. But we're not going for that subdivided look, so I'm just going to keep it high poly and the mouth closed. We can just use a 2D texture for the mouth. So if I separate it by selection and just name it mouth. We should be able to project some 2D textures here. I'll just add a shrink wrap modifier and target this head above surface, and maybe just subdivide it a few times. Maybe just one. to keep the shape intact. Now, technically, we should be able to just paint here or just add a 2D texture. Let's try to paint. Let's remove the material and add a mouth material. There's a good Southern Shorty tutorial on how to do the facial rigs. Let's just add mouth texture. We'll need the alpha, so let's use that alpha into alpha and send the blend mode to alpha hashed or blend. So backspace disabled. We need to set a little offset and it should be good. Backspace culling disabled. Fine to alpha, UV editor, mouth texture. Okay, everything is painted black, so that's why the black color. Okay, let's just try some external textures. I'll just download one quickly. I'm going to delete this one and open new textures and try that one. I think, yeah, I downloaded the wrong image without transparency. So let's just re-download and let's just reconnect. And now if we go to UV editor and change this to the downloaded textures, be we should be able to set it, but let's apply the mirror modifier because we probably don't need it. You unwrap and it gets the full view, scale to proper dimensions, and it should work. Now we just need to set the alpha from here, connect this to this, and it works as expected. And that completes it, I think. If we need to change the expression, we can just change the UVs, but I think this one is the best, the simple expression, simple joyful expression. This looks the best. This will probably need to do something about it, but for first character I think it looks good with or without it. I think we can just use it without that also. Let's just take the okay, I think that completes the look. Let's just add a circular rotating camera with an empty and see how it looks. So mesh empty cube. Okay, let's first adjust the cursor position back to the origin and add the cube empty, probably adjust the size. And now let's make a duplicate of this camera. So this camera will be rotating, and what we'll have to do is just parent it. We'll hide the other camera, use this one and shift click this one, shift click this one, and control P and object. Now if we rotate the view, the camera should rotate with it. And you can also change the camera location afterwards also if you want to adjust it. So let's add keyframes to this view and timeline, select everything, delete keyframes, go to frame 1, K and rotation, then probably go to frame, we'll keep it 12 fps into 6 seconds maybe, and then R set 360 and K and rotation. Sometimes it won't rotate at all, so what you'll need to check is going to the item dialog here and check the rotation from here. It is 0 from here and it is 360 from here. Sometimes when you enter 360 it just takes it as 0, so if it's going from 0 to 0 it should not change anything. Also the interpolation currently is set to Bezier because I haven't changed it in preferences. You can go to preferences, animation, and select the default interpolation. I usually keep it to linear. I learned it from Ducky. So linear just keeps things in one speed. Bezier just makes it fast at the start and then slow in the middle and then fast at the end also. So we change the preferences, but this is still linear. If we go into the graph, you can see, you go into graph editor and select this cube, you can see the graph here. So this is Bezier. It's going slow at the start, then moves, yeah, slow at the start, then moves at a constant speed, and then slow at the end as well. So if we select these two, press T and select linear, it should go in a straight line. So it is the same speed for everything. And then we probably will need to adjust the keyframes. Yeah, they moved. We actually scaled them. That was a mistake. So we just reset them and it's done. I think that will be it for the Danjin video series. This was my first character low poly style, totally low poly style from a game, and I think it came out pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's very good, but I spent like 4 to 5 hours, maybe 5 live streams to do this. So I think for that it's really good. We, sh- we should have had a rig with this, but I don't think we have one. Let me make a backup and try the Auto Rig Pro plugin. I got it recently, so let's try it. Hide the camera, hide the cube, empty cube, and select everything. These already have the vertex groups, so I think it should be rigged already. But where is the rig? I might have to go and watch the older videos to get the rig, because this is supposed to be already rigged, I think. Is this the rig? Oh yes, it is. It is. So we have it rigged already, and now if we export it to Mixamo, it should technically work. So far so good, works as expected. Bend is not so good, but I think it looks good. Alt G, Alt R for everything. These spheres are not rigged to anything, I think. These are not weight painted actually. These were added later, so these should not have any weight paint. So if we go into object mode and select weight paint, or we need to shift select this rig and then go into weight paint, select any of the bone, and now okay, still don't work. Let's just shift select this, go into edit mode item, shift select this, and you've got these vertex weights. So you can just select something that is working, that is near to these two. Let's deselect this for now. Select this only, then shift select this, and because this already have a vertex weight, it should be able to copy from here, or you can paste the weight to selected. So now it should have weight. Similarly select this, then I'll select this vertex from inside here, shift select, and then paste the weight. Now if I go to pose mode, hopefully it will work. Yes, it is working. There's a little part of the head that does not work, so let's try to fix that as well. Weight paint, okay, let's undo that and use the same method that we used earlier. Go into edit mode. This is working, this is working. Okay, now it works. You might have seen the difference also when I go into edit mode and selected this. This does not have the vertex weight option. So that is how you know it's not actually painted. The thing is, I actually rigged it before modeling it, so that is the issue. If I rig it after modeling, it should not be the case. And I think a Danjin model is ready. I'll try out a few animations with Mixamo tomorrow, or I'll make a simple walk cycle and upload it to my Instagram. So if you're interested in watching that, you can follow me on Instagram as well for this and for the daily content also. There is some clipping going on in the arm, you can see. So what people usually do with meshes like this is you can just select the objects, like let's say logically speaking there are two meshes here and the upper body covers most of it, so you can actually go in and delete these vertices and it will not affect the model from external point of view. So you see no changes here, but now when you go into pose mode and change this, you will not see any clipping. You might see inside. Okay, no, it's just the earring. You will not see anything inside. So you can do that as well, or you can try to hide it using some difference in solidify modifier. I think I did undo the vertex paint as well. It was just hastily undoing, and now I'm just messing up the model. So yeah, let's just end the stream till it's working. I'll be closing the stream here right now. And if you want to try the model, just watch the older streams and try to go along with it and do it. If I get some time, I'll make a proper tutorial, but till that you can just watch the live process, and as I go through the things and try to rectify the errors, which will be a little more beneficial than a tutorial, because uh, it takes you through the mindset of a creator when someone is making something. So that is definitely what I recommend. So that was it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you liked it, and we'll be making Zezi or Jeji next to this. I hope I pronounced the name right at least one time. So that is it for this video, and I'll catch you later. Oh, we have a viewer, PongDXG. I do not know what that means, but hey, thanks for joining. To whoever joined and commented as well, feel free to check out my Instagram at VectorySite for this and other daily Blender works which I post. So thanks for joining.